Hello, this is Annabelle Gonzalez. So now that you have created a group in Flipgrid, ideally you want to have one group for every class section or class period. Now you want to create topics. So I've already created a group. I called it Gonzalez CTE. And I'm going to add some topics. So I'm going to scroll down and click on Add a Topic. So I am going to call the topic Exit Ticket. And just say, what was your greatest takeaway from today's session? Usually I'm more specific than this, but for purposes of the screencast, I'm just going to provide a general question. So by default, it's going to give you a minute and 30 seconds of recording time, but you can have all the way up to 10 minutes. I don't recommend going all the way up to 10 minutes, especially if you have a class, a large class of 30 or more students. It'll take you a long time to assess. And you basically want kids to give you a condensed response. You want them to just get straight to the chase and answer the question. So, but it really all depends on what you're trying to assess and what they need to respond to. Sometimes they may need more time. So in this spot, you can change it. If it's something very quick, you can make it as short as 15 seconds. Or you can make it as long as 10 minutes. So we're going to leave it at a minute and 30 seconds. You can choose video moderation, which means that the videos will not be posted until you check them. So if you would turn this on, that's what would happen. This would be a good idea if you're going to get students to respond to each other's videos. You may want to check what's in there before it's published. Otherwise, you might leave it off. In terms of the media, so by default, it'll just have some sort of a blank topic, but you can upload an image, you can add a video, and this is what the students are going to see as their prompt. If you record a video, I think that's a great idea because you can model to them what you expect. I like to think of myself as, someone who kind of says, do as I say, do as I do, not just as I say. And so if I record a video, I'm kind of putting themselves in their seat. I may probably model some body language or how it's presented. And that's something that you can tell them, and you can kind of point to your video as an exemplar, if you will. If you have a pre-recorded video, you can upload a video, and you can do this with a screencast as well. You can certainly add a video from YouTube. You may have an image. So there's just a lot of different things. There's lots of other apps that you can incorporate, but I'm just going to simply upload an image. So I'm going to go into my file, and I have on my computer, I have some quotes. I love motivational quotes. Oops, sorry. So I'm going to open up my quotes, and let's see. So this is actually sort of my mantra for the year. It's risky, it's scary, it could all fall apart. Yes, but what if it all falls together? So I'm going to use that as my quote. And you can adjust the aspect ratio here. I'm going to leave it the same. But anyway, if you crop it, you would crop it there. Okay, so from then on, you could just create topics. But I'm going to click on more options and show you some other features. So if you have some sort of a Google Doc or Word document with additional instructions, this is where you would add the link and then the title. And you can have several attachments. It doesn't have to just be one. So for some projects, students are going to need to refer to other resources. This is where it would come in handy. All right. You can also schedule the date. So by default, it's going to be there permanently. But if you want to have a limited amount of time, just like we do in Canvas, we cut it off at a certain point. Perhaps you don't want students to be able to record after the due date. Or perhaps you want to end it at the end of the semester. So once the course is over, you don't have kids coming in and messing with it. You can, by default, it's going to be active, but you can freeze it. You can hide it until you activate it. And then on the notifications, this will give you email notifications when the videos are submitted. I find that to be very handy. By default, it's also going to allow students to download and share after creating their video. You can turn that off. You can allow for topic followers. Under video and selfie style. So at the end of the video, you're going to have the chance to have a selfie. You can change that if you feel like it's not useful. You can turn off the video editing. So if you don't want students to just, they want them to have just one shot. I mean, I think it's also always a good idea to let them edit, but they can make video comments to another student. You can turn that on or off. So if you don't want students commenting. So anyway, so there's just some other little features in there that, some are on by default and you can customize it. And that's it. So we're going to go ahead and create the topic. And the topic is ready. Here we'll give you a link just like you did with the group, and you could just copy that. And you can also embed it. You can add it to Teams. You can add it to Remind. You can create a QR code. I'm going to click on All Set. And this is what they're going to see. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I'm going to create another video so you could see what it looks like after students have submitted their videos. I had a session where I had teachers that responded to a prompt, and I want to show you what it looks like. But for now, I'm going to end it here, and stay tuned for another video. Thanks for watching.